Hi, welcome to the Gen X Glam Station here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, and I know there are a few new subscribers that have just joined recently, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. It's been a few days since I dropped a vid, and I'm happy to be back at my Glam Station hanging out with everyone. And I'm gonna do kind of one of my favorite themed videos. It's like my drugstore grab video. Like whatever's within my reach, you know, in the drugstore genre of makeup, let's just grab and go. Although that wasn't exactly the case now that I have reorganized my Glam Station. Now stuff's in drawers, so I just went around the basement with this guy. He's empty now because now the products are within my grabbing range, and I just filled this up. I wasn't quite sure which products I was going to use, so I brought a couple of different types for each sort of, not each, because there's one creamy bronzer, but for example, for my base, I pulled out a couple of different tinted moisturizers. I pulled out some sheer foundation from drugstores. I pulled out like a tinted serum, and none of those I'm actually going to use because today I want to use, first impressions, this L'Oreal Magic Skin Beautifier BB cream. And the reason I want to use it as my main base, and normally my base is just a lot of like dotting, like I just dot on concealers, right? And I blend them all in to make my base because I like that very lightweight base. And using this BB cream, which stands for Beauty Balm, will still fall in that category, or it should. I don't know. I haven't used it yet. It should go on like with some sheer light coverage, and there's a lot of skin loving ingredients in this that are going to even my skin tone, like reduce redness, hydrate. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use today for my base. Let's just get going. If you're new to the channel, I'm a mom in the basement going through somewhat of a midlife makeup crisis. Have not worn a lot of makeup over the years growing up. Turned 50 this year. And so, I've just decided to start a collection and share it here with you all on YouTube. This was my Willy Wonka Sheglam lip moisturizer, which I love this stuff, and I don't have a ton left. Okay, that looks like a ton, but I swear, okay, I have a ton left, but very uncut here in the basement, by the way. Mom in the basement, very uncut, sometimes get off track, and the video turns into what I affectionately call a crazy train video. But wow, I had actually never spun this up before. Look at that, is a ton more product. And I have used this thing a lot, and I've traveled with it. Like you can tell, it's not anywhere near the top anyway. Got off track a little bit. Love that stuff. Just wanted to use it. It doesn't have a tingle. It just has like a really nice hydration to my lips. All right, let's go in with the toner. My favorite drugstore brand toner is a brand called Life Brand. I don't know. I've never seen it in the US. I get it here in Canada at the drugstore. This one that I'm going to use is the one that I've been keeping upstairs in my bathroom for like the nighttime routine. It has some aloe vera and glycolic acid. There I go. I got it out. And I didn't use it last night actually, and so I've decided just to use it today. Again, like it's a brand I had never heard of, Seed and Clay. I don't even know if that's the name of the brand, but I got it for $7.99 at Winners, and that is affordable enough for me to say, you know, this video is not like, there will be no Sephora brand or luxury brand products used in the video. And I tend to really like to let my skincare marinate. So I'm gonna be rushing through this. And I'm gonna hope for the best. Now let's talk about CC cream. It stands for color control, and that tends to get, the BB cream, they say, is better for folks with dry skin, want to even out the skin tone, very light sheer coverage. And the color control, the CC cream, acne prone skin, it also helps conceal like redness and blotchiness on the face, also offers a light coverage. And when you compare a CC cream and oh man, I don't know which serum to use. I pulled out my Essence Good Stuff, Hello Good Stuff. It is Glow Serum Primer. I think it's supposed to be a dupe of Glow Recipes. And my Holy Hydration Elf Serum. I don't know which one to go with. I haven't used the Essence in a while, so let's just go in with that. As I was saying about the CC cream. And to my suppy out there who asked the question, thank you so much for asking the question. I don't know if you have pulled the trigger on any of these you know, a BB or a CC cream. You were asking specifically about CC creams. But, you know, when you, I was saying, now I remember, when you compare it against a foundation, let's just put a BB and a CC cream against a foundation. The foundation is going to give you that a lot more coverage, right? And it's going to go on a little bit thicker. And when you compare it against a tinted moisturizer, you're like the tinted moisturizers still give a pretty sheer, lighter coverage, but they don't necessarily aren't as multi-purpose as a BBCC cream, because a lot of times a BBCC cream can have SPF in it, can have like primer, ingredients that make for a very excellent primer, these sorts of things. So what did I pull out of my collection that I'm not going to use, that kind of stand up against the BB cream that I'm going to try from L'Oreal very shortly? This Revlon tinted serum. I love this stuff. And they also have a tinted blush. This is, I've gone through half of this, and so I don't know if I'm going to repurchase it, but I do think I'm actually going to finish it. This tinted hydrating moisturizer from Wet n Wild here. This thing is the bomb. Really, I went on this, and I don't know if I was filming when I was doing my tinted moisturizer journey. I don't think I was. I don't think I had started the channel. I went kind of crazy train. I mean, I have mentioned tinted moisturizers on here at Gen X Glam, but I don't use them that much. All right, here is the Superstay. I think, is this from CoverGirl or Maybelline? Maybelline Superstay. It was okay. You know, the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer in terms of like higher end Sephora brands, I thought was okay. I tried the Ilia. I don't know if any of you have tried the Ilia. That was the first one I ever tried. That one was, excuse me, a total miss. It has this, because I think it's such a clean product and all this organic ingredients and stuff, it has this like smell. And I normally don't care about smells, but it was, I don't know, it was really off-putting. I ended up giving it away to a colleague who really liked it. And in the course of giving that to her, I gave her a bunch of tinted moisturizers to try and use. And we kind of both agreed that we liked this one from Wet n Wild the best. And you know, it is actually getting a lot of play out there. I've noticed in some recent videos that other people have done. This is the Holy Hydration e.l.f. Under Eye Cream. I was just letting that serum sit a little bit. Anyway, like it's getting the tinted moisturizer from Wet n Wild is wildly popular out there for those of us that that use and test out the drugstore products. So this is just the magic. I'm so used to saying magic. This is the Holy Hydration e.l.f. Under Eye Cream. Love it. And it can't, like this, I didn't buy this. It came as, you know, when you spend over $35 on an order from e.l.f., which happens to me because I do a lot of restock from e.l.f. This is the Holy Hydration cream that reminds me a lot of, and this was why I probably said the word magic earlier, Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. It really, really does. The consistency of it, like how it looks and the thickness of it. Like here's my Magic Cream here. I'm just going to get like a little bit of a dab. And it's the same sort of thickness with the Holy Hydration. So I'm going to put that Charlotte Tilbury. I'm not wasting that. Anyway, so we're going in with that. We're using the e.l.f. today. I just never miss the opportunity to point out when I do use this cream, my Holy Hydration Moisturizing Cream, how much it reminds me of using my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, and obviously for a much, much lower price point. So, yeah, so you've got your foundations, full coverage, tend to go on a little bit thicker. You've got your tinted moisturizers, sheer coverage, maybe, but less compared to a CC and BB cream, less other, you know, benefits going on with the skin in terms of like concealing, priming, SPF, and that kind of stuff. All right, let's get this down. And then I'm not use this. I'm a little bit nervous. I think we need more balm. Well, I'm going to actually let that sit for a minute, and let's spray up. Let's use the e.l.f. gripping. This is, I think, supposed to be a knockoff of this Milk gripping spray, but this is like a lot of people I've seen out there in the beauty space talk about this particular spray as a really nice gripping spray. Use it as a primer, so multi-purpose. And I will tell you, whenever I go, and whether it's in the United States or here, especially here in Canada, this is never in stock. This is from, I've given this away in giveaways. It's to, like, from when it came out. I was on it. I was like, I want that. And I'm making my way through it. I've given it away in giveaways, and I always check in the drugstore aisles, like, is it there? Is it there? And it's very rarely there because everybody is buying it. Very popular. All right, let's do the brows. Let's let that spray just settle in a little bit. And I want to use the new sort of, I don't know, brow product. It's not sort of, it is a brow product, and it's from e.l.f. and it claims to give you like this lamination effect. Now I full disclosure, and I've mentioned before, my brows like are less than 2 weeks old, tinted, laminated, and threading. So they're really not in that bad of a shape. I don't really need to do much with them, but I do like this formula. I like it. I wasn't in love with it. The instructions are you're supposed to actually back comb as well. So it really gets into all of your brows, and then sort of shape. It is really, I already feel like these guys are really in place. I wouldn't be surprised if e.l.f. comes out with another version of this that is tinted. I mean, why not e.l.f.? I've bought e.l.f.'s tinted sort of brow glue before. I know it looks kind of crazy, but this is the one back combing. But it's supposed to help you get the product through your entire brow. I've used e.l.f.'s tinted sort of colored brow products before, and I'm not really a fan. I like essences, but I'm not really a fan of the e.l.f.'s. And now that I have figured out, I found a place out in town that's affordable enough for me to tint and thread and laminate my brows, it's worth it to have it done every 4 to 6 weeks, so I just don't have to worry about it in the morning. Because again, you're talking to somebody that didn't even like touch her brows for like 20 some years. They just were what they were. They were what they were. So this is all really kind of new to me, but I do like this product. It gets mixed reviews out there. I'm not going to lie. I've seen some videos of other creators, content creators in the beauty space that are like, oh, this is great. And other ones are like, I don't see what's the big deal. Anyway, so it's in the eye of the beholder, like most of this stuff is. I think we cannot no longer prolong the try. So like the packaging, it comes off green, but I did swatch this in the past. I have swatched it. I just have not put it on my face. So I know that it's going to blend out to be a little bit, it's going to start to take a tone, like a light tone. I think this is in the shade 820. Like the more I blend it out, you see? So normally I'm more like this kind of gal, swiping like that. And then just wherever, there's not a lot of rhyme or reason. I just cover the face and the neck. Try to remember the neck. That's important. Try to remember the sides. And then I take, in this case, I'm going to take a beauty blender to it. Sometimes I just take my brush and I take a brush. Like my e.l.f. putty brush is literally my favorite brush. Talked about it before. It's just like so multi-useful brush and blend. So, and a lot of times I'll blend with my fingers. So it's really, there's no rhyme or reason. It to me, sometimes it is a vibe I get from a product I'm trying. And the vibe I got from this product is go in with the beauty blender first, because beauty blenders, we're getting more product. I'm getting braver. And instead of blending it on my hand, I'm going to put the dots on my face. Yeah, the beauty blenders are great because they tend to pick up a lot of product. Why is that a good thing? Because it's less that's going on your face. And for somebody like me that wants the lightest hand possible almost every single time she sits down at her glam station, especially trying a new liquid product, not knowing what it's going to do, I kind of want a beauty blender as my safety net so I don't get too much on and go out in the worst of all of my fears with, playing with makeup, my entire life playing with makeup. And even when it was a very minimalistic hand from when I was a kid and I started experimenting through teens, through college, through being a young professional, through being, you know, a mid-level professional, through being a senior professional now. I didn't ever want to go out, use makeup, and go out in some circumstance, whether it's school, running errands, to the workplace, and have people look at me and be like, clown face. I know, it's awful. And there's nothing wrong with clowns. And I've said this so many times, and I don't say it as much anymore. I'm like, well, at least I didn't make myself look clown face anyway. So this is, I would say, definitely light coverage. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. It gives me, you know, I still have a little bit of coloring from summer vacation, from being outside and working outside, playing with kids, playing tennis, playing pickleball, you know, yard work and all that. A lot did pick up on the beauty sponge. There's no denying that. But I wanted to use some other correction anyway. So I've pulled out some concealer. I pulled out some color, like under eye correction. I normally use my NARS under eye brightener, and I usually use my Huda Beauty, like faux colors, something like that in peach. So I have my peach elf, and I also have this Physicians Formula, which is in kind of the peachy family under eye corrector. So I'm gonna use a little bit of that just to have. I really have to pick this up because we have to go, but I normally come on with my skincare already in place. So then I'm just, you know, messing around, chatting with you, talking about some new product that I bought or whatever it is that's on my mind as I speak extemporaneously to y'all. But in this case, you know, I'm not using the NARS under eye. We are doing, you know, we're staying true to this full face of drugstore grabs that I am grabbing. They made the first cut, right? I went through all the drawers and they made the cut. They made the cut to make it into the bin to get on the Glam Station. Now, whether they get used, this is one of my NYX Fix-It sticks. Slightly darker foundation, and I'm not trying to really cover up anything. Like I guess I'm feeling pretty fortunate at the moment. I don't have any major blemishes or scarring going on that need to be covered up, but I do like to have a variety of shades going on my face. Now, I don't know if you can pick this up. I actually can see this layer that I have put on of this BB cream. Like I can see where I think maybe I just need to blend it more. I don't want to say, in my opinion, I'm looking a little orangey, because I don't think I completely am, but I notice it's on my face. And I think you're probably thinking, well, duh, you're putting on makeup, so no matter what you do, it's gonna be on your face. I know, I get all that. It just still doesn't mean like I accept it. I've fully absorbed the concept. All right, let's try to lighten this up a little bit. This is from Believe Beauty. I've mentioned in another video that this Believe Beauty is exclusive to the Dollar Generals, and I was having a heck of a lot of fun playing with it. I'm going to go in here with my Charlotte Tilbury brush, playing with it over the summer. I've bought some creamy blushes. I was using this concealer a lot of the summer because it's brightening. I picked out a light shade on purpose, you know, for when I want to like do the T-zone lightening or lighten where I just did before I'm going to go in with a bit of my bronzer product. I don't know. I just feel like I definitely need to lighten up. I also pulled out my Essence, which I like a lot. It's in one of the lighter shades. Love Essence's concealer. So, but I think that the Believe Beauty from the Dollar General does just fine brightening things up. We really, really have to get moving. 19 minutes. Oh dear. All right, let's use the let's go in with the Milani creamy bronzer, which I just finally picked up because it's not here in Canada. It is not here in Canada. Gosh, I love bronzer is like my favorite step. This is what I have determined in my own routine. Like I love the creamy bronzer step. It's my favorite product, I guess, category. Is that right? My favorite product category, since I have started my collection and my journey into learning more about, you know, what makeup is out there in the beauty space and how, you know, people use it, which I need a lot more education on. And I'm still trying. So I've mentioned it before. I want to go to beauty school this fall, but guess what? The beauty school people have not contacted me. Like they said they would. They said, oh, they would be in contact. Now August isn't over yet. So I'm thinking I might do another cold call today, which is what I did before. I just went. They were super busy. They sat me in a chair and I waited for a while to talk to somebody, but somebody finally got to me. And, you know, we exchanged information. She said she would let me know in August when, you know, the next 3-day course they were going to run in September is, but I haven't heard from them. And I do have some errands to run. I need to get some tranquilizer for my cat, who I'm fixing on traveling with over the holidays internationally. Long flight. But that's not actually why I'm drugging her. She's actually fantastic traveling. I mean, so fantastic. So that was like, that's like a bait and switch comment. The reason she has to get drugged is because she's so spicy. That's what they call her. She's spicy at the vet. She never used to be that way. She's going on 4. And when she was a wee thing, like 1 or 2, she was fine. She was fine. She didn't love it. Like not all animals love going to the vet. But she was absolutely fine. When I say fine, she didn't try to attack me or the veterinarian, which is what she's doing now. So I need, what? This is a Baby Got Blush Essence. This is getting a lot of play out there. I bought it over the summer. I've used it here, and I wanted to use the coral because I wanted to go with like a coral vibe, even though I don't have a coral powder blush from the drugstore. I was using my Guerlain powder blush over the summer to accentuate the coral, and it did come out kind of messy. This is the thing with the wands. I've said this before. They can be messy. They can be messy, folks. Make sure that you like spin them to turn them off before you put them in the cap, and beware when they come out, because they can come out a little bit on like the messy side. So I'm just looking for like a stamping brush, really. Let's go with this. This is a P. Louise. Let's go with that. Let's see what the coral Baby Got blush, because what I used the other day was this one, which I really liked. And I really like that coral. That looks really nice. I plan on going. I wanted to use my Believe Beauty Coral Creamy Blush, which I used over the summer, but I have a feeling I screwed up. That probably should have went down first. That's why I need to go to beauty school. I need to know the sequence. I think I figured out the sequence, sort of. For the most part, I'm doing okay. I get a lot of positive reinforcement from you guys. Let's drag it over the nose a little bit. But who knows? That's why I need some professional training to know, should I have put that, you know, creamier blush down first and then gone over it with this, because I think I should have, because look at this, kind of like sheer and highlighty. Whereas this, the blush might have, like, if I would have gone down with this first, might have given me like the creamy pigment, and then I should have went over it with this to give me like the sheer highlighty look. Whatevs. We live, we learn. I'm not going to be using it, but this is really pretty from the Believe Beauty. Is anybody else going to the Dollar General? I'm just going to swatch it. It's really pretty. I've used it before. Anybody else? Let's put it on the lips. I don't know if it's meant for the lips. I'm putting it there. Anybody else, and I've mentioned this before, using the Believe Beauty stuff? All right, whatever, little bits on my fingers. I'm making up my own rules, just going in with it. Anybody else using the Believe Beauty from Dollar General? Anybody else using the Baby Got blush? Anybody else using the Wet n Wild skin tint? Anybody using any of this stuff? Am I alone in the world here? I don't think so. All right, let's just finish off. I hear an invader. Invader, I will answer your question in 5 minutes, okay? Or is it Xena? Could be the cat. Is there someone here with us? You don't have to come on camera. All right, I think Zena's here. I hear an invader behind me. This is supposed to be my sanctuary, the basement. This is why I say I'm a mom in the basement, right? I'm kind of taking a break from everything that's going on above my head, all of the priorities in life that are competing for my time. This is my break room, and I like to advocate for folks, especially us busy working moms, you know, and dads, to like make sure you take time for yourself, you find yourself a break room, and you give yourself a break, right? Because we've earned it. We've earned it. All right, quickly, let's go in with a little bit of this Annabelle Super Skinny Mascara. I've tried so many different mascaras, and I'm not a big mascara person. I don't wear fake lashes. Again, like at beauty school, I hope they teach me how to put those on, because I think it would be fun, although it would be very unnatural for me, and anybody that knows me, it would be very unnatural. But I think it makes sense to have a little bit of pop of color on the lashes. And it's funny, I was in Sephora yesterday, and I'll share in another video, maybe this weekend, what I bought there. Didn't buy much, but I did buy a few things. This is a Physicians Formula setting powder. I love it. It's in like this little like pearlish color. Anyway, I love, and I've mentioned this before, when I'm at the drugstores, or even in Sephora, I definitely listen to people's conversations going around me, because they're talking about what we talk about here. They're talking about beauty, our favorite topic, right? And I learn something, or sometimes I find myself in the conversations. I get invited in, or I insert myself just because I can't help it, because I just love talking about this stuff and learning. Anyway, I didn't insert myself. Do you see how that gave me just like a nice little, like, kind of like shiny set there? Anyway, the gals behind me, young 20s, they were talking about mascara, and how since they were like 14 years old, they never went out of the house, you know, without their mascara on. And I know that that is a very common trend among a lot of people. They just feel like, you know, more put together when, you know, when they've got something on their lashes. Nothing wrong with that. Speaking of eye area, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild palette and just put something on my lids. I'm a big fan of dusting, and I like to dust like the lighter colors, ones that I think that most people consider transition colors. What most people consider transition colors are like my color for my whole lid. I love these Wet n Wild. So affordable, as are like the e.l.f., you know, duo and quad palette. So I'm just like, just something to take a little bit of, to something that sticks a little bit to I did put some of the creamy bronzer from Milani down, because I usually do that on my lids. I tend to put a little bit of creamy bronzer as a base, and then just dust over it with something, because my goal is not necessarily, now I'm going to go in with this light tan. My goal is not necessarily to still have my makeup on at the end of the day. In fact, that's the opposite of my goal. My goal is to have it organically just melted away throughout the day as I sweat and whatnot. And when I come back home and I do my nighttime routine, I get that beauty balm on there, removing stuff, you know, going with my first and second cleanse, and just to have like that easy clean face. All right, this is Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Almost screwed up, almost used it. It's nearby the Milani Make It Last, because this is a repurchase for me. The Milani Make It Last setting spray. I'm using it as sort of our last spray. I don't know, I might do my lips. It's supposed to be a knockoff for the Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury, like the formula. It's like there's only one, right? But if you want one that's close, it could be that one. That's what the experts say. Just saying. That's what the experts say. I did pull out my Michaela lip kit. Now I put that Believe Beauty on my lips, just because I couldn't help myself. I wanted to see. And it's fine, but it's not really like a lip, right? Let's just take it off. I did bring out a few other, I have a few some palettes of bronzer. This is from Rimmel. This is Physician Formula, and this is Wet n Wild. This is a repurchase for me. Oh dear, we're going really far. This is a repurchase for me, but I love it. I love it. I'm going to use it. I forgot that I had taken it out. How I do it is I swipe down the middle. And so then I've got the dark and the light on both sides. And then I just big swooping motions on my chin and just a little bit. And so I'm getting both the colors. Like it's a try. No, it's not a try. It's a duo. It's a duo. Anyway, that is that. Let's go in quickly with the Michaela, if I can find this again. Ooh, I think I have to sharpen it. I think I have to sharpen this. Where's my sharpener? This is taking time. This is taking time on the video, but I've talked about it before. Gotta have your tools nearby. We need our tools. I'm gonna do this super quickly because I don't necessarily do a great job anyway. I saw Michaela actually do a video recently where she recommends using it like this. Do the lining like I just did, even though I did it super fast, so do it better. Just color in your sides. Oops. Sides, like the sides there. I don't think there's a technical term for them, but you know, side. Don't do the middle. Then you put the lipstick, the Michaela lipstick, in the middle. She said on fair-skinned folks, like basically she said that, you know, how this picks up and how this looks is gonna vary depending on your skin tone and shade and stuff. So, and she said don't go like, she said don't do that. So I'm not gonna do that. I could pat it in a little bit. And then she recommended if you're still not happy with that look, then go over it with a gloss. I don't even know what this is. My mom gave it to me this summer. She does this every summer. She's like, I didn't use these products this year. Do you want them? And this was a lip gloss. And I thought, I'm sure she picked it up at TJ Maxx. It's really lovely. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take whatever you don't want. Me and my niece sat down at the table and like divided it up. So there it is. There's the look. I got to get out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. This weekend, I'm going to do an epic giveaway video. It's going to be a skincare giveaway. That's all I'm going to say. But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you hung in there this long, 31.50 something, holy cow. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.